gonorrhea.
Isn't awesome.
Gorror.
God he reigns.
Boo! Got you again. I'm good. I'm a strategic scarer. You were scared. Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my 5th review for the month of Gorror, and this time I am taking a look at Antiviral, which is a brand new Cronenberg film. Finally, we have a movie that isn't Cosmopolis, History of Violence, Eastern Promises, which all those, with the exclusion of Cosmopolis, are great films, don't get me wrong. But this is old school Cronenberg, David Cronenberg, of course. If you don't know who he is, look him up. I'm not going to explain who he is. But, of course, he made stuff like The Fly, the remake, the good one. I don't like the original. It's old, so I can't give it too much, you know, negativity. But anyway, the remake is great. Videodrome. Oh god, Existence. He's made so many great, just screwed up, visually just messed up body horror films, and he's back. Oh wait, no he isn't, because this isn't David Cronenberg. Oh, it's definitely Cronenberg, but it's the guy that he shot out of his wiener. It's his son, Brandon Cronenberg. That's a great way to talk about birth. Shot him out of your wiener. There's your son. Have fun. But no, this is his first film, Brandon Cronenberg, the son of David Cronenberg, and this is a film that is definitely in vein with older Cronenberg films. So what did I think of Antiviral? Well, let's talk about the story. I'm going to have a little hard time explaining this one. Now, the story for Antiviral might seem a little confusing, but I'll do my best. Okay, I'll do my best at explaining it, so follow me here. The story follows Sid, who is played by Caleb Laundrie Jones, okay? He works for a company in the future. This is in the future. I think maybe like 10, 15 years in the future, okay? Or maybe it's just set in a completely different world or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter. A fictional world. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it's set in the future, though. We know that. And it follows Sid. He works for a company. So far, so good, okay? But this company specializes in something different, okay? This might sound just, you know, a bit weird. They specialize in selling viruses, diseases, or even sicknesses from celebrities. Celebrities are huge in the future, so they sell diseases, sicknesses from these celebrities. They sell them to people that want them because they want to be closer to those celebrities. So they inject herpes and stuff into people's bloodstreams because they want it, and they get paid to do this. You follow me here? Okay, Sid works for them. He's a representative. I mean, he's a guy that sells it, whatever. Anyway, he's pretty much like a bank teller or something. He's just like, hey, guy, you know, I mean, this looks good and stuff. Why don't we hook you up with some herpes? And that's weird, okay? But Sid also has another job, and this is a legal job, an illegal one, okay? He doesn't sell drugs. No, that would be pretty normal. I would actually be like, hey, that's cool. No, what he does is that he injects these diseases into his bloodstream, and illegally moves them out of this company without anybody knowing. He uses his body as an incubator, pretty much, and he goes to a meat market, and he gets the people to take it out of his bloodstream so they can make meat out of this. So they can make meat out of celebrity diseases, or just pretty much celebrity muscle tissue. Okay, you're following me here? You're probably not. Anyway, they make meat, which is disgusting. It's like the most disgusting looking meat, and people eat it and stuff. They're like, oh my god, Selena Gomez tastes great. And they don't say that in the film. But anyway, Sid does that, but then this big star, this big starlet, who is just like the biggest one out there, is really sick. And he goes in there, he takes the disease out of her, he takes a sample of her blood and injects it into his bloodstream, and then she dies, and he's like, oh no. So he has the disease that woman has, and they can't get it out of him because they don't know what this disease is. So he has to find out a way to get this disease out of him before it kills him too. And along the way, there's just a bunch of weird shit that happens if the story itself wasn't weird enough. Now, if you want a movie that's just going to make you just feel weird, just like uncomfortable watching it, this is it. I mean, not only is the plot itself just disgusting in both accounts with the meat and the viruses, but it's just unsettling the way it's filmed, the way, like, there's barely a color palette. It's pretty much just white or grays or just darkness. It's very unsettling. All the characters, there's really no there's no character that's very lively or just wacky or something. Everybody speaks in a very just weird way, and just everybody's monotone, especially the main character, who is, first of all, creepy as hell to look at. I mean, I like that kid, I really do. Ever since I saw him in X-Men First Class, I always thought, hey, this guy, really good actor. And here, he is very good, don't get me wrong, but he is a creepy dude. Every time I see him, I'm like, oh my god. There are just some scenes that are just so disgustingly weird. Body horror in this film is perfect. There's a part at the end that just disturbs my memories. Just not even nightmares, just my memories. Every time I think about something, I'm like, oh, that croissant was very good. Oh god, oh. If you see the ending, you know what I'm talking about. If you see this film, which it's on Netflix, by the way, you should definitely see it if you want to see something just disturbing. It's just, ugh. There's even a scene where he passes out from this disease that he has in him, in his bloodstream, and there's a whole, like this whole nightmare he has, which is just the creepiest thing, too. There's just so many scenes that I just felt weird watching it, but I was so happy I was, too, because at the end, even though you don't really connect with any of the characters, the dialogue itself isn't great, everything you see on the screen that makes you feel just gross, it should, because this is a horror film. It is. It might not be a serial killer horror film where people get hacked up into bits or something. There's no real body count. I think maybe like 1-2 people die. But it's not a typical horror film. It is a Cronenberg-esque horror film where, hey, people die, but it's not because, oh, there's a serial killer. No, it's just because it served the plot. And I just really enjoyed the film. Not everybody else is going to, especially if you didn't understand what the hell I was saying about the plot. Look, I'm rubbing my face because I don't know what to say about this film to people that aren't big Cronenberg fans or never seen a Cronenberg film before. If you haven't, then you're not going to like this film. You're not. You're just going to be like, what the fuck was that? But me, I loved it. I really did. If you like stuff that's just disgustingly weird but in a very good way, body horror, go check it out. It's really good in my opinion, but I can't give it too high of a score, so I'm gonna give it a 34 out of 40. Every time I think about this film, I'm like, ooh, and if it makes you go ooh every time you think about it, and in not a bad way, of course, then it's a good horror film. So definitely go check it out. I really enjoyed it. So there you go. There's my review for Antiviral. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and goodbye.